Hi everybody. Um, Julianne Lichty-Stratton here, Facebook Live. We're going to be talking about line learners today. Line learners, memorizing your lines. I am a little late today because I was out walking my dogs. Just got back, and while I was walking my dogs, I was working on my lines. Yay, line learners. These are so great, you guys. There's so many cool line learners out there. So we're going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to give you a couple of reviews, stuff like that. It'll be really fun. But first, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Julianne Lichty-Stratton. I am the creator of Actors in Action Conservatory, a film and theater where we empower the passionate actor with the craft and skills to have a serious acting career. It's great. Awesome. You'll love it. Okay, cool. Let's talk about memorization. Memorization. A little scab right there. So becoming. Anyway, let's talk about that because it is hugely, hugely, hugely important for acting, right? I mean, I talk about this all the time, don't I? But I do because it's so important. You have to be able to, you have to know your lines. If you don't know your lines, you can't act. You can't act if you don't know your lines. Try it. I know you've tried it. You go into an audition and you don't really know your lines. You can't bring yourself. It's like ridiculous. Don't even try, right? You go to a class and you try to do your stuff. It's like, you know, I see it all the time with my students. Like I require everybody in my classes to be off book for everything. Sometimes they scrabble in, not quite off book. And it's just a huge difference. And as a teacher, I can't really help them as much either if they're not off book. So we are going to talk about getting off book and the ways we can do it. All right. So, I have a couple of rough things for you. Links. First one, I'm going to link to my website, actually, and this has a bunch of line learners listed on it. Okay, so what's a line learner, by the way? You're like, what's she talking about? Okay, so a line learner is an app on your phone. I know you can't see this super great, but there we go. So it's an app you have on your phone. You can get them. Most of them are free. They at least have a free version. So as you can see here, I have several of them. I have, that is Offbook Pro, that is Actors Lines. And then over here, that's my little Actors app thing. I have Line Learner, which is one I've been using lately. And then I've got this one, which is Scriptigo. Scriptigo, I don't think that's a line learner, but it's probably a cool app that I picked up that I haven't really used lately, but I should. And then I've got Cold Read and I've got Run Lines. There's just so many out there. But what I have been using lately is Line Learner, this guy right here. Oops, sorry. This guy right here. I've been using Line Learner and I like it quite a bit. It comes in light. It also, you can, I think it's like $3.99 to get the pro version, and that's for lifetime. Small investment for an important tool. Very, very nice. So how you use a line learner. A line learner, when you're memorizing your lines, there's lots of techniques to memorize, and I have this killer technique that I only share with my students. So if you want this line memorizing technique, you have to become my student, which is fun. You'd love it. And this is not like a, you know, forever thing if you don't want it to be. It could be if you wanted it to be. Anyway, so I'm going to send you a link, you know, because if you don't live in Utah, which is where I am in the United States, which some of you probably don't even know where Utah is. It's about a 12-hour drive from LA northeast. Anyway, you're in luck though, because I now have online classes. And I've been getting people from all over the world, and it's been insanely amazing. It's so cool. I'm getting the coolest actors there. So that's how to get in touch with me for finding about online classes, so you can get this amazing memorization technique, because it's worth the price of the class just for that. Anyway, okay, so memorization. What you need to do is you need to find a way that works like this for you and works quickly. Okay, there's lots of different techniques. I have a bunch of them, but I have this one killer one, as I said. So basically what you want to do is you want to learn the lines, right? It's really better to say learn your lines than memorize, I think. Because memorize kind of, you know, is like hypnotize, memorize. But I don't know, then again, when you memorize your lines, they're just automatic. So it's kind of like hypnotize, you're just sort of saying them, right? Okay, you want to learn your lines. To do that, you need your lines to make sense somehow. So once they make sense, then you can do it by rote, which is where the line learners come in, okay? But for me, I don't know about other people. For me, I can't memorize lines if I just like look at the line over and over and over and over again. I have to let it make sense with like, what am I saying and why am I doing this and that kind of stuff. So if it doesn't make sense in my brain, it won't stick. That's me. I think a lot of people are that way. I just ran into this one technique taught by a LA acting teacher, coach and everything, who's great. And he suggested that you just read it over and over and over and over and over again, the script, which can work, I suppose. It works for Anthony Hopkins, apparently, but he reads the script like 200 times. I tried it, didn't work for me. So I went back to my way because, you know, I'm always experimenting, because I am on the hunt to help other actors with memorization and help myself. Okay, so anyway, you got to learn the lines. You got to know the lines pretty well, okay? However you need to do that. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to get a line learner, and you're going to put the lines into the line learner. So with line learner itself, now beware because each line learner is different and it's kind of tricky to figure out. Let's see if I can not get a glare on that. Kind of tricky to figure out. Let me close my curtains and you can see this better. Hang on. Leave it shut, kind of. Not really. Look at my cool shirt. It's Believe in Magic. And that's a Frisian horse right there. Thanks to Annette Coaster for that. She's the Frisian lady around here. Oh, it's not even better. Okay, so let me just show you how to work through this line learner. And then also the link that I put about suggested apps and that kind of stuff on my website, this has a tutorial on it, okay? So line learners can be confusing a little bit. You're gonna start by, for this one, what you're gonna do is right up here it says new script. So you type in the new script. You type in Altered Carbon. We were doing a scene from that, which is so awesome, in Audition Club and Advanced Class. So you type that in. So I typed in Altered Carbon, right? And then you go to this little thing. You're going to put in characters. So you put in the characters. You put in scenes first, because if you're going to do different scenes from that, so you can put in scene one, you know, the car ride scene. And then you're going to put in your characters. So right there, you've got your characters. And if you can see, this is really cool. So we've got Ortega and Kovacs there. Can you see how Ortega has her little star is lit up, right? It's like a gold star right there. That means that's the character I'm playing. Now this is really cool because for me, I try to memorize both sides of the scripts for all my classes so I can help people out if I need to. And it's a great way to keep my brain going, get my brain going. So if I wanted instead to work on Kovacs' lines, I would click that star, turn that star on, and then I could work on his lines instead, or I could switch back. So a lot of people won't necessarily need this, but I love it because I haven't found this on any other line learner app that you can switch who it is you're learning. So most of the time you read in the lines of your characters and the other characters, and then you can only mute your character's lines and you can't mute the other character's lines. So that's just a little tidbit on there. Okay, so you do that. You've got that all set up. Then you're going to go to where it says record. So you write down there, it says record, okay? So then you go to record, and I already recorded their scene, but let's do a new scene, okay? So I'm going to do a new scene, and I've got Ortega right here. She's me, and Kovacs is them. So let's just say I'm going to hit Ortega, and I'm going to say, hey, Beef Brain, what are you doing here? And Kovacs is going to say, well, I'm supposed to be here. What are you doing here, Ortega? Ortega's going to say, I was told by Bancroft to be here, and you're off limits, buddy. You better go. They don't like each other very much. Well, they kind of do, but they kind of don't. And then Kovacs says, this is my beat, baby. You better get out of here, okay? And then you're done. You can just press that, and you're done. Then what you're going to do is you can go in here, and you're going to go to play. Since you've got your scene, you're going to go into play right here. And you're going to go, we'll just use the other scene the real scene from it, okay? So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go up into this little guy right here, right there. Click that, and there's so many cool things you can do here. So you can, if you can see, I've got their lines and a gap. So how I've got it set up right now is when I go back and play it, it's not gonna play my line, it's just going to give enough space, whatever I recorded, the time I recorded, for me to say those lines. And then it's going to say the next character's lines. And then it's going to jump to my lines. And it's going to give a blank space. So you just go through and you say your lines. So you've learned your lines, and now you're going to say them over like 1,000 times. Well, at least 50. maybe 100. Okay, you're just going to say them over and over and over and over again. Like I said, there's lots of different things here. You can do different gaps. You can run both lines, so you can hear your line and their line if you need to. Another cool thing that I love about this is it's got a prompt on it. So you're running, your line is blank. You're just hearing the blank space. But you can't remember the line, so you click that, and it'll prompt the line. I think just exactly where it is, which is really cool. Yeah, so another thing they do right here, I really love this, is this has, do you see over here on the side, it has a fast and a slow. Come on, stay on. It has a fast and a slow. So if you, I do this because when I'm learning my lines, I can't say them fast enough sometimes. So I'll turn down the speed. You see there's a tortoise and there's a rabbit up there. I'll turn down the speed so that it goes slower, so I have more time to think. And then after I have it like down pretty well, I go back to normal speed. So if you just click the little, how it has a little line through it, just click on that, and it goes back to normal speed. And once you get it going really, you're like cooking with your lines, bump it up, go fast. Go fast, okay? And then it just cruises through. So you just do this until these lines are so natural to say that you can just get them out, just let them out of your mouth, okay? Now, a huge thing that you don't want to do when you are learning your lines is you don't want to do line readings, and you don't want to try to act it. Don't act it. Just say the damn words. Just say them. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, Kristen Ortega, welcome to Bay City. You're going to love it here. Just say it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? It's going to get your mouth used to it. It's going to get it in your system. And then you can start doing all the putting the back work into it, your intentions, your verbs, personalization, because you'll just have it there. You can explore. It's like lines. You kind of like have to be able to bat your lines around. You're like a cat playing with them. Think of a cat playing with something. You want to be able to know your lines that well that you can just play with them and bat them around and just say them and say them and say them and say them and say them. Okay? So once you're like that with your lines, you are golden, you guys. You are so good. I swear, if you hardly even did any back work and just went into your audition like that, which of course you do some back work, you do some stuff, you would just be in the moment and you would be able to work off, and it would be so great. So I really think that memorization is huge for acting. It's so huge. If you can't memorize quickly, and if you can't memorize well, you're just not going to work as well. I know being on big sets with like actors that work constantly, they have their sides. And, okay, this is what I do, and they do it. And it's crazy. But the cool thing is about memorization is that you can develop this. You can develop this skill. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. It's like a bank. You keep putting money in that bank, and it's going to work for this scene. It's going to work for the next scene, and you're going to find a way. And that's the most important thing, is finding a way, your way of memorizing that works for you. Okay? Because I can't stress this enough, how important memorization is. It's so important. And the line learners really help. Oh, that's a picture of me. That's so cute. It's been digitized or whatever, filtered. Anyway, line learners. And it will do wonders for your confidence. Oh my gosh. So when you go into an audition, it's nerve-wracking. And when you're on set, it's hard because you're going to have blocking. You're going to move around. And if you don't know your lines backwards and forwards, and like you could say them in your sleep, you're going to be thrown by movement, by blocking, by whatever. You really are. Trust me on this. So you want to know those lines. And also, so once you get the lines down super, super fast and super good, and you just can fly with them, then try moving around. Do the whole thing. They like throw a ball, bounce a ball, do some dishes, do stuff. Just practice some blocking, especially if you're going to be going on set with things. Just do some crazy blocking. Do your lines with blocking over and over, and try different things. Move around. Go, okay, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to pick this up, and then I'm going to put my glasses on. And just do things like that so that you can keep your body going while your lines are going. Okay? Awesome. Thanks for watching. You guys are great. I hope this helps. Please let me know. Please check out the classes, because I'm telling you, you will be happy that you did, if just for the memorization technique. Okay, you guys are awesome. Have a great weekend. I will see you soon. Adios, amigos.